All right, today's super thanks is Andrew Magro 7703. Appreciate the super thanks on the last video. Then we have at Johnny Haberfield 721. Appreciate the super thanks, brother. Really means a lot. And then at Callie Robertson 961. Appreciate the super thanks. That's at Blue Cuban's 71's wife and at Blue Cuban. They both donated. Thank you for the super thanks on the last video, both you guys. Definitely appreciate you guys supporting the videos. Then we have at Alan Peterson 3504. Appreciate the super thanks. And of course, at Michael Van Kurt 3576, always supporting every videos. It's hard to say thank you for somebody support every video. And brings me to, let's get on with the video. And anybody that can support, thanks for supporting. All right, welcome back. So today we finally got the front tire for the Promoto MX. So I've got the street tires on it. What I'm going to end up doing is lowering down the training wheels. Lowering them down because we're going to be doing a speed run. I'm also going to try to lower the forks in the front to try to keep that front end on the ground. So I'm probably going to strap it down a little bit. I don't know if I can zip tie it or what I got to do to try to get this lowered down. But we're going to do that as well. Get this thing lowered down and get the back raised up a little bit. So I'll max out the rear shock. And then I got to see what's going on with the steering. See if that still, is having an issue or it just overheated. The other thing I need to do is I need to get this thing tuned for a speed run. So the extension wire I put in is just not working. I got to see what's going on with that, which means I got to rip this thing back apart. So that's what I'm going to do today, since it's a holiday weekend. And these tires are way different, a lot lower to the ground than the factory tire. And I added a new brake disc to the front of this. We also have some extra gears. I do have an extra front brake caliper in case I crash and mess it up. I got a new chain. I do have a front brake servo. I do have another uniform for the rider and a steering servo saver, which we're going to take a look at because something's going on with this spring on the servo saver I have there. So I am getting parts slowly, but until then, what I need to do is I need to get this side cover off again, this side, so that I can get in there and see what's going on with my tuning. So that's what I'm going to end up doing today, which I really did not want to have to go in here again today. Just trying to get all my testing done, seeing what I need to do to get the speed run accomplished for tomorrow. I did figure out the setting I needed. So we're going to get this rider off. Now I have two-sided tape on his feet. Just to keep his feet under the pegs. So this is the side I got to get to. this one have to come off too? Yeah, just back that one off. Gyro's been working good. Oh, that's spinning on the other side. These two are a little longer. Probably going to disconnect all this stuff. Throttle, brake, flywheel, steering. There's one under here. The longest screw. Should pull this lower cover. And the seats. That piece again. And one more under here. And the shock. Get the ESC out. Which sucks. Oh. Off the power switch, which means I got to pull this cover. God, that sucks. I got to take this thing all the way back down. No shortcuts. servo has to come off. To get the button through. And then we got to see what's going on with this program port. Right. Ground power signal. So, for some reason, the connector, the ground is on this side, but that's not what the ESC is saying. It says negative, positive signal. Two S, 3S. No, I have the connector. I had the connector in backwards. Negative and positive. Signal is on the other side, but it's labeled wrong here. So it's signal, positive, negative, from right to left. And this one doesn't use the signal. So does that mean the fan was installed wrong? Was the fan not working? Because I didn't hear the fan come on. So let's turn the power off. I'm going to put the extension back on now, the right way. So we got to flip this around. And I tried flipping the connector around out here, but it didn't work. So now we're going to try this end. Let's power it up again. Still didn't see the fan kick in. Now the fan's working. Select ESC software version, battery voltage, punch is on 3, max brake is 62.5 because I upped the brake on this one, so we're going to lower that down. Running mode, we got to switch this, edit, forward and brake, save. So no reverse now. Motor rotation was correct. Restore defaults. Battery mode, LiPo. Punch level, we're going to edit that. We're going to go to 1. level, there's only 5. Save, because we don't want a lot of punch. And there we go. So max brake, we're gonna edit that. We're gonna bring the brake down to 50%. Save. Forward brake only. Motor rotation. LiPo. Punch level 1. Max brake 50%. Forward and brake only. No reverse. There we go. So now I'm able to tune this. So now I'm going to get this thing back together. And a lot of work getting this thing back together. Like I said, I do have the front tire on, so while it's apart, I'm going to do some maintenance, some checking, and we'll go from there. Just wanted to show what I'm doing with the Promoto MX, getting ready for a speed run. So I am going to put the GPS units. I'm probably going to stick the GPS unit up inside here, take out some of this foam, or cut away some of the foam, whatever I can do, and get the GPS unit inside rather than just strapping it to his back. I mean, I plan on strapping one to its back anyway, but having one in full time, protected by the guy, and then one in a case velcroed to the rider so that I can get an accurate speed run. But there we go. I'm going to start putting this thing back together. You've already seen how I do it. I'm going to take a look at this steering while I have it apart, because there is a lot of slop in this steering servo. So I am at a loss on what to do for the steering. I just don't know. I don't know. So I think I'm going to just leave the steering alone, and I'm going to stick everything back together. I'll crank up this rear shock. But other than that, I'm going to get the ESC put back together, get everything put back together. I got to soak this in chain lube. This is getting real rusty. So I'm going to throw this in a bag, throw some chain lube in it, and I'm going to start getting the electronics put back in there. Like I said, I've got the external BEC glued to the receiver, and then it's just bolted to this front plate. Somebody was asking about that. So I'm going to stuff all this back in here. And that's the steering servo. I'm trying to keep the wires separate so I know what goes where. So that just kind of hangs out in there like that. And then I stuff this stuff down in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this back together. I've already showed how it goes apart and how it goes together. So all this wiring is going to stuff up in here. Everything's really jam-packed, but it fits in really tight and really snug. So, and we're going to get a speed rip going tomorrow. So I'm probably going to loosen up this front brake a little bit more, take this apart so that there's no drag on this whatsoever. I don't want any drag on this front wheel. Like I said, I lowered the rear brake. So with all that said, we should be good on the speed run tomorrow. So yeah, all that should work out good. So I'm just going to finish up putting this back together, and stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to do a speed rip. I still got to get the GPSs charged up and get this back together, but Sunday is my free day at the speed run spot. It rained yesterday, it's wet today. Hopefully tomorrow will be a good day to get it done, considering it's a holiday weekend, and we'll go from there. But stay tuned for how fast will the Promoto MX go with a Vendetta ESC tuned to do a speed run on some on-road tires. You can see how bad this tire is already cracking and coming apart in the center. So 3S power is taking its toll on this bike, but we're gonna go and give it a rip anyway. I'll probably bring these tires anyway, because the circumference difference, I should get a lot more speed out of this tire. So I might end up just going to this, because this is really going to slow down the RC. I really got a gear for that, but I don't have all the gears I need yet to get some speed run stuff done with some taller gearing. But I need to see where it's at for a baseline on a full trigger pull and a long pull at that. So we'll go from there. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. And the cable is jamming up. You see that? So it's jammed right there. Yeah, it's not retracting all the way. Brake. Grass is kind of wet right now. I like wheelie mode because it won't flip over backwards. Brakes are doing phenomenal now that I got the front adjusted. I'm really impressed with this motorcycle. There's one of the training wheels. Gyro's almost at full speed. Yeah, his foot, the tip of his toe is really close to grabbing the grass. You have to watch. And on any little bump, his foot could grab the ground. That's full lock. I can't do them super tight turns because of his feet dragging on the ground. And I think that's where the roller comes into play. Look at that. Sweep and circle. About a quarter trigger. And his foot's just rubbing the ground. Or rubbing the grass, I should say. So you can control how much steering you have with the throttle. Because the grass is wet and a little slippery, his foot's really not biting until it hits a bump or a hole. Definitely liking the rear tire, especially in these wet conditions. It's really giving me some bite on this grass. See how fast I'm able to slow down? Oh yeah, slides a lot farther.